All right. Let's start. At least let's start with the welcoming and explaining the rules today. My name is Elif. I am the moderator today. I'm working at Delft Center for Entrepreneurship at TU Delft. I'm basically teaching. I'm a lecturer here and basically teaching entrepreneurship all day, all week. Today we are here for ClimateLaunchpad Regional Final Europe. As you already know, it's the ClimateLaunchpad is all about unlocking the world's clean tech potential that addresses the climate change, as we need your ideas more than ever. And to quickly recap, the ClimateLaunchpad started 2014 with 10 countries, and this year it expanded. Less than 10 years, it's expanded already 59 countries. That's why we have a regional competitions. And this year we have 4 regional finals. This is regional finals, and this is the Europe one. We have startups from 18 countries, and then top 3 teams from each country. In total, 24 teams from Europe will go to the global final. And there will be only 80 spots at the global final. Today you are pitching for urban solutions. And how is it going to work today? So there is 4 jury members. I will pass the stage quickly to them in a few minutes. They will choose 3 to go to semi-finals of the global final, which will take place on 27th of October, exactly 1 month later. And the top 10, the first who ranked first today is going to, from each room, will pitch afternoon for the cash prize. The first prize is 1,500 euros, the second prize 1,000 euros, and the third is 500. And you will also choose a 4th team that will be presented to the team ClimateLaunchpad as a wildcard nomination. And this wildcard nominee will be in the running for the one of the extra wildcard spots. That means that they might still get a chance to pitch at the semi-final of the global final. This semi-final is not live streamed, but this afternoon's the final with the top 8 from each room will be watched at the. I'll share the link in the chat in a moment. So we have 5 minutes pre-recorded pitch, 3 minutes live Q&A with the jury. Meanwhile, while you're pitching, I will check the presentation format if it's comply with ClimateLaunchpad format. So the announcement will be after the break in afternoon. But all 24, like no matter the winners of today, all top 24 get access to the ClimateLaunchpad Clim Accelerator. And I think you're going to have a nice seminar afternoon. I'm not sure if I have the link already. No, it's cannot paste, but okay, I'll share the link later. And maybe Ursula, you can help me to share the link. Now I would like to kindly introduce our delighted distinguished jury to introduce themselves. Delia, Luisa, Yanis, and Anne with us today. Delia, could you please introduce yourself briefly?
Yes, sure. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Obviously, my name is Delia Gligor. I'm based in Romania. I'm an associate professor at the West University of Timișoara, that's in the western part of Romania, at the Faculty of Economics and Business, where I teach various courses related to entrepreneurship. I'm also in charge of the partnership that our foundation has with the EIT Climate-KIC. So I run various entrepreneurial and educational programs yearly. And in the last years, I've crossed the border, let's say, and I'm also a financial assessor at the West Regional Development Agency in Romania, where I also deal with, let's say, entrepreneurship from another point of view, assessing investment projects for various beneficiaries. Congratulations all for being here. I'm excited to hear your pitches and the answers to our questions. And of course, I wish you all the best of luck, and don't forget to have fun as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Delia. Luisa?
Hi, everyone. My name is Luisa Marquez. I'm a senior innovation consultant in sustainability and circular economy at Innovate. We're a consultancy firm supporting companies and startups, actually, and other entities in seeking funding from, especially European funding to fund their tech development roadmaps. I'm actually have a background in business and an entrepreneurship experience as well in technology, so quite accustomed to watching and doing pitches on occasion as well. And I welcome you all, and very excited to hear your pitches today.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm Yanis.
Yes, hi everyone. My name is Ioannis Ioannidis. I'm the entrepreneurship lead at the AMS Institute, which is a knowledge institute developing metropolitan solutions. So this topic is really close to my heart. I have been working for the past 4 to 5 years on startup incubation programs and accelerators. So I myself have been around startups that are going through the same phases as you are, so I understand the problem that you're facing and the challenges that you're facing. So I'm just here to listen to your story and pretty much see what few things you might have missed and try to figure those out together. And I'm really excited because I've also been a startup coach for the ClimateLaunchpad like 3 or 4 years ago. So I have this connection to that as well. So yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Yanis. Another colleague from TU Delft, Anne.
Yes, my name is Anne van der Poel. I'm a manager for the Dutch funding team. That means that we help researchers and startups getting funding from the Dutch government. In the team, we are divided over specific themes. My specific focus lies on climate and energy, with a focus on building, circularity, sustainability. So the topic is indeed also close to my heart, and I'm really looking forward to hearing your pitches. In my normal work, we support researchers and startups also by hearing, for example, hearing their pitches and supporting them by asking the difficult questions and helping them forward like that. So I'm really looking forward to this process today.
Thank you, and thank you for all the jury introducing themselves. Before we kickstart, I would like to also not to miss the send our big thanks to Bank of America for supporting our regional final Europe. You can see the logo on the left side. All right, start with pitches, and today's order is first Aldia, then Bitbot, Eva, Studio Bio, Polymoron, IS Clean Air, Practical, and Green Basics. Is Green someone from Green Basics with us, by the way?
I think they're joining in a minute.
Okay, great. Good luck to everyone. Let's fix the climate change one startup at a time. Now, the first startup is Aldea Energy, and Ursula will let us the time, both for the pitch time and also the Q&A. And if it's more than 5 or 3 minutes, we have to cut to be equal to everyone. And if you have, like, this is a pre-recorded pitch, we tried it before you join here, but if you have hard time, if you're having hard time hearing the voice, please let us know.
Good morning. A few months ago, the European Commission boosted the energy transition, setting a goal of 600 gigas to be installed in the Eurozone in only 3 years. To give you some data, at the beginning of this year, there were only 25 gigas installed. Did you also know that in Spain, with available rooftops can be installed more than 500 gigas? So we are Aldea Energy, and we are aiming to be the first distributed energy production platform. So we, as Aldea Energy, are implementing what we call self-consumption as a service. By subscribing to one of our PV plants, you will get solar panels that will produce energy for you, and you will get the self-consumption benefits. Regarding the potential market, we are targeting people living in cities. We have a clear path to grow in the next 5 years, and we are going to do it by focusing on geographical areas. As of today, according to the data, the potential market in Spain, this is people that are willing or thinking to install solar panels, that we probably will grow in the coming years, is more than 500 million only in Spain. Our solution provides the following value proposition to the customers: the possibility to unlock the self-consumption benefits in cities, no matter if you own a rooftop or not, up to 30% savings in your energy bill, the fact of consuming local and becoming a collaborative neighborhood, and last but not least, avoiding the ecological impact of mega plants in the countryside. Our solution, compared to what we can call competitors, this is local energy communities, is clearly advantageous. We got rid of big upfront investment. Our solution is 25 times less than our competitors, and make the process much less time consuming. So our product is simple to the customer, but complex internally. That's our value added. So we build local PV plants in unused rooftops, schools, hospitals, buildings, and sell the self-consumption rights on a subscription basis. So the client only has to join and pay less than 10 euros per month, and he will get instant access to self-consumption benefits, plus up to 30% saving in his local energy bill, and as well as being supportive to his local community. So it is important to remark that we have already in place a big distributor channel, and we have leveraged on it to get feedback from potential clients. And the key learnings are: most of the people want to benefit from solar power, but there are at least 3 entry barriers. So complexity, no surface available, or money issues. So complexity, because the current offer to implement this solution is via an association, and it takes many months of work plus getting to know people aligned with your interests and all these things. Lack of surface, because in cities, most of the people depends on third parties to install solar panels. And money issues, because although there are grants, it is a big investment to many families nowadays, taking into account the current volatile economic scenario. So regarding our financials, our key drivers are the cost of the product, the life of the product, and market share. So it is important to highlight the fact that once the product is built, it has 30 years of lifespan. So we expect to get 5% of a total market of 1 million potential customers. And why would you think this is a game-changing idea? Well, nowadays, due to the production mix of energy industry, the emission of CO2 is over 1,400 tons per megawatt. With our plan of installing 30 megas in 5 years, we are going to avoid more than 200,000 tons of CO2 along the life of the product. So we are a team of 3 founders, backed by investors and advisors such as Jimeno Group, Obrema, and others. Carlos is our CEO with experience in the industry and as a successful entrepreneur together with Roberto, our CEO. They founded another company and sold it in 3 years. and I will contribute with my finance knowledge as I bring more than 12 years in the alternative finance industry. And our dream is to be present in the 1,300 cities with more than 5,000 people in the next 5 years, which is a nice coincidence with one of the goals of Repower EU released a couple of months ago. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Aldia. Yeah. Is your name German?
Yep.
Thank you, German. Now we have 3 minutes for Q&A. Any jury who would like to start, but ladies first.
I can ask a question, yes. Thank you for your pitch. I was wondering, in the goals it states that you will build the PV panels yourself first. Doesn't that mean that you have to have like a big financial input in your company first? How do you manage that?
Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for your question. Our business model implies to be owners of solar panels. So in the end, we are talking with potential investors to finance those installations. It is true that our business model is like mega plants in the countryside, but on a small scale, and taking into account the advantage of the build. The buildings already built. So yeah, it is a very capex intensive, but nowadays there are a lot of investors willing to invest in infrastructure.
So I would like to ask just a quick question. What do you consider is the innovative or innovation aspect of your business, keeping in mind, or of your idea, keeping in mind that solar panel or the technology already exists? So how can you differentiate yourself?
Yeah, our innovation is mainly to put in place the shared self-consumption, which is a legal form very unknown in nowadays within the people. And the innovative solution is the subscription basis. I mean, most of the people doesn't understand their energy bills, and we want to make it easier for the consumer. So it is as simple as, for instance, a Netflix subscription in which you will get access to the self-consumption. This is the most innovative solution that we are bringing with this model. To destroy the entry barriers that the renewable energy has in the cities right now.
Can I ask a follow-on question from that? So the subscription would be paid per household, I suppose. Let's say if you had a plant built in a hospital rooftop, households around that hospital could buy the subscription to be able to consume energy produced in the hospital, but they still have their energy bill. So the subscription really buys them into what?
Yeah, the subscription allows those households to get access to the solar energy. Okay, it is true that, for instance, at night they will have to consume from the network. So we have internally a commercial company in which we are also giving this energy to the household. So we are giving the whole energy necessities for the household, but at night they will consume from the network, and during the solar hours they will consume from the solar panels installed next to them. So what they are getting with the subscription is the benefit of the self-consumption, which in the end is around 30 to 40% of savings in their total energy bills.
Okay, and do you have time for a last question?
No, sorry, I have to stop you. It's been 3 minutes already.
Thank you very much to all.
Next time, Yanis will start. Thank you again. Let's continue before we lose any time.
Did you know?
Oh, beat the butt. That's the next one.
Did you know that 4.5 trillion cigarette butts end up in the environment every single year, making these the most abundant litter on the planet? In Portugal alone, there's 7,000 butts that end up in the floor per minute. Each cigarette butt can contain more than 4,000 different toxic chemicals that contaminate the water and soils. And they are made of cellulose acetate, which is a form of plastic and therefore does not biodegrade. My name is Carla, and I'm the founder of the Beat the Butts. Our deal is to create the first selective collection system for cigarette butts, and we will be selling these to municipalities through their kiosks at the price of 17 euros per pickup. We will also be selling the Beat the Butt case into individual smokers at the price of 7 euros per unit. The Beat the Butt case, it's a 2-in-1 product where the smoker can carry their pack, but there's also a coupled ashtray that can take more than 20 cigarette butts without any smell. And this will close the loop, and we will be able to centralize all the cigarette butts and channel them into our partners that are working on transforming the cigarette butts into new products. Our beachhead market is composed of 308 municipalities that spend more than 100 million euros per year into urban waste management, and we want to take a share in that pie. Next, we will move into a different market segment, focus on the petrol stations, because after petrol, tobacco products are the item most sold in petrol stations. We aim to create the right infrastructure to end with the cigarette butt pollution, and we have seen that with the Beat the Butt, we can reduce the cigarette butts discarded per minute in more than 86%. It all starts with the Beat the Butt case, and this is a 2-in-1 product that smokers can carry their pack, but they can also carry their 20 cigarette butts all in one in an easy and practical way. Once they've finished their pack, they will move into a kiosk, and that's where our collective system will be there, and they will be able to discard the cigarette butts all at once. And this will allow us to optimize and centralize the collection system. We assumed in the beginning that no one would be worried about this problem, or at least it would be highly neglected, and also that there wouldn't be any existing solutions. We have talked with a lot of people, individuals, smokers, but also with a lot of municipalities, urban waste management companies, and private companies. And we have learned a lot along the way. Mostly that there is a lot of misinformation about cigarette butts pollution, but there's also a growing awareness. There is definitely a lot of money involved in urban waste management, and that private companies are becoming more and more aware and including corporate social responsibility activities in their strategic plans. We expect to have 20% market share in 5 years and a profit of 2.3 million per year of revenue. And this is only for the pickup service alone, not considering the fact that we will also be selling the Beat the Butt case at the price of 7 euros per unit, which has a cost of production of 30 cents. Our main drivers are the market expansion, because we need to be everywhere, but also to be sure that we reduce the cost of logistics and we improve the valorization of cigarette butts. We are here to make money, but mostly to create impact, because we cannot jeopardize the planet's health anymore. And with the Beat the Butt solution, we can prevent more than 3.5 million liters of water per minute to be contaminated, and also 10.5 trillion microplastic generated per minute to be prevented. And we are the right team to do this. We are a multidisciplinary skill with different backgrounds and different experience that can take this project forward. And we dream to create the first selective collection system to end with the cigarette butt pollution. And we want to have 50% of the market share by 2027. Will you help us? Follow us on Instagram, and thank you.
Thank you, Carla. A very nice presentation. Now we can start. If Yanis would like to start, we can start with Yanis.
Yes, thank you. Indeed, a very nice presentation. I was curious about the financials, if we could see that slide at some point. There are some numbers there, and since you don't actually include the, here. So there's a number of customers, which is 47,000 euros. Can you please explain what I'm seeing here? Since this is not the cases, are those the pickup?
The pickup.
Yes, actually we have rearranged and we did another analysis, but we couldn't put it here because of the presentation that was already sent. But here was considering the pickup services. So this is the 237 pickups. It's the total amount of pickups that we would need to do per year to be able to collect all the cigarette butts that end up in the floor in Portugal alone. But we understood that it wouldn't be the best approach because our client is actually the municipalities. So we should have done per client instead of doing per service of pickup.
Okay, now it's more clear. Another question would be on you are going to have like these locations where you're going to have the bins where people can just go and throw the butts. How many locations do you need exactly? Sort of the logistics around that?
So when we redo these financials, we consider nevertheless the 20% market share, but considering the 308 municipalities, and this is around 62 municipalities in Portugal in this case because it's our beachhead market, and so we would assume that 62 kiosks at least would have one beer container, and we would be able to do around 6,600 pickups to be able to collect the cigarette butts corresponding to the 20% market share. I just would want to add that considering this service plus the selling of the butt cases, so the product for the end consumer, we would still have a profit of around 2 million euros per year in 5 years' time. But with in this considering your question, that would be around 62 locations, kiosks in the beginning.
Thank you.
And thanks for the question, because that was important.
Can I ask a quick question, Eve?
Yes, please.
Okay. I was wondering the pickup. So you're mentioning around 600 pickups. How is that? How do you calculate the impact of that on climate as well regarding your overall sustainability impact?
So the main idea is to have an app that is associated with this system. So the main goal is the user to have an app, and they will scan the QR code that will be in the main collector, and this will give us a percentage of the filling in. So every time someone discards, we will have a system that will tell you, okay, now this is 75% full, it's time to pick up. So we will optimize the collection system based only on the field of the main collectors.
If okay, the 3 minutes are up.
Oh, no. It's too little.
All right. Thank you, Carla, again. Now the next startup pitch is Eva. Or Eva.
Hi, I'm Tamara. I'm an environmental and energy engineer and the founder of EVA. The construction industry faces tremendous challenges in recent years. The cement production, which is the main component of the concrete, is highly polluting, twice as much as the air transportation. With a rising regulatory pressure for reduction of the carbon footprint of the industry, the costs are skyrocketing, which influence the whole supply chain. At the end of the supply chain, 3 billion tons of demolition waste are produced each year, only partially recycled. This is 10 times the plastic waste. With EVA's technology, demolition waste recycling centers will be able to produce high-quality supplementary cementitious material, which can partially substitute the polluting cement material, and sell it to cement and concrete producers. Our business model is percentages from the profit via licensing and royalties. The supplementary cementitious materials market, SCMs, is expected to reach $40 billion by 2030. Our beachhead market is Israel due to relations with the local industry. The next expected markets are Europe and US markets due to the high demand for the SCMs there. Our technology allows production of highly useful carbon negative material with only fraction of the energy that is required for the cement production and other technologies. Our construction companies will be able to achieve green building certificates while saving costs. We have patent pending on our technology. The cost of raw material is negative for our customers as they are actually paid for taking the waste. The operational cost is low due to the low energy requirement. And another advantage is high scalability due to the abundance of the raw material. We have talked with 33 companies around the globe: cement, concrete, construction, and demolition waste companies. The key questions were, what are your current regulatory challenges? Which supplementary cementitious materials are you using today? And what are the key criteria for the SCMs? The key insights were that the mandatory green certificates, together with high carbon price, are driving the market toward green solutions. But the availability of traditional supplementary cementitious materials is highly limited in the recent years. Another key insight was that the quality of the materials is a major concern. The key markets for our financial model are customer acquisition cost, life per customer, and customer size. The customer acquisition cost is relatively high due to the need of helping our customers to install the equipment at their sites. But as soon as those are in place, the life per customer is long. The customer size is also an important factor, as the effort and cost of customer acquisition is the same for different customers, but the larger the customer is, the larger our profits. There are 5,000 demolition waste firms in Europe and US. If we reach even to only 3% of those markets by the 5th year, we can expect to almost $44 million profit per year. If we take the carbon footprint of standard cement as 100%, by replacing 30% of it with our material, EVA, we can reduce almost 40% of the carbon footprint, as our material is carbon negative. In our beachhead market, we can achieve more than 1 million tons of carbon saved per year. And globally, we can achieve more than 1 gigaton carbon reduction potential. Our team has vast experience in managing, engineering, research, production design, and operation. Each of our team members has inventions and patents in different fields. And our dream is reaching 150 customers by the 5th year, meaning 9 million tons of EVA produced and more than 8 million tons of carbon reduction, and moving the construction industry towards a greener future. Thank you.
Thank you, Tamara. And this time, if Delia has a question, I would like to give the first option to her. You were about to ask a question. Sorry.
Yeah, the other time. Yeah, thank you. Congratulations, Tamara, for your pitch. I would be just curious, what is the life expectancy of your product, if it makes sense?
Life expectancy of our product?
Yes.
For how long?
How long can you use, how long does a building, let's say, resist with the solution that you're proposing?
Oh, okay. So basically, there's no way to know it upfront. Like we haven't had a building that lasts for 20 years, but there are solutions for checking the durability of materials with tests that simulates those. So of course, those are done. the standard, we were testing our material according to the standard for the supplementary cementitious materials, and we had achieved up to about 25% more than the minimal request, minimum request for the, not request, requirement
Okay.
for the.
It's fine. That was the question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I ask another one?
Yes, sure.
So yeah, thank you for the presentation first. My question has to do with the innovative part of your solution when you're also talking about this being more energy efficient. What is the reason why this is a more energy efficient solution than what exists so far?
Okay, so thank you for the question. It's the production of cement and also some of the SCMs, some of the supplementary cementitious materials requires thermal activation. The cement production is more than 1,400 degrees Celsius calcination process, which is 4,000 megajoule per ton energy requirement. Our processes, our physical and chemical processes that do not require the thermal activation, because it was really important for us not to harm the environmental with our environmental solutions. So that's how we save energy and cost as well.
Okay, thank you.
The 3 minutes are up, so I think we have to move on.
Okay. Thank you, Tamara. Again, now we have Studio Bio as the fourth speech.
I'm Özge. Today I'll be introducing our healthy materials for your living spaces. Did you know that the houses you live in affect your health both physically and mentally? In our days, we are spending 90% of our lives in closed artificial environments, so indoors become the most important determination of our health. But unfortunately, we are not breathing healthy materials. At Studio Bio, we have a solution to that. We produce various products by recycling domestic food waste, such as orange peels, eggshells, or nutshells. Today, we'll talk about our biocomposite panels as interior wall coverings and future possible uses. Our one panel is sold for €28 per square meter, and we aim to sell mainly to construction companies, architectural offices, and corporate companies with office environments. The construction market is huge worldwide, and our market is a part of that. The biocomposite construction material market is also growing rapidly as people start caring more about their health and about nature. Market in Turkey is €220 million, as in Europe this is 2.2 billion, and worldwide it's 5.8 billion. The sector for biocomposite panels, however, is still a blue ocean. There isn't much competition. That being said, our materials have the potential to also move to different sectors, such as furniture, textile, packaging, customer goods, etc. We already have some trials and prototypes in those sectors using our potential and know-how. Compared to other commonly used panels and products like wood, PVC, and cork, our products cost much cheaper, and compared to other biodegradable products, our panels cost 33% less, where they also have added values as being 83% bio-based, long-lasting, recyclable, used as insulation, and has potential of large-scale production. In Turkey, we have one main competitor, and globally, it is not more than 15 at the moment. You can see a glimpse of our products here in my hands. Some of these are hard, where some are flexible, and through each material, you can see the agrofibers used in it. So let's talk a bit about production. Our products work in a closed cycled manner, where we take the domestic waste from restaurants directly, put them through drying and grinding processes to obtain agrofibers that give the products its durability. Then we combine the waste with natural binders and shape them by several different methods to produce our end product. Once we're done using the end product, we can put it back to the cycle. According to our tests, they don't dissolve unless they are put directly in soil, and when put in soil, they dissolve in 30 to 40 days completely. We are also working on obtaining a patent. We already met 8 companies as possible customers and suppliers, which you can see some in the slide. These include food manufacturers, which have a huge food waste they need to get rid of after production. Our service will also be useful for them, as we will be collecting their waste. Some other companies are construction companies, corporate companies, and hospitals. Before this stage, we had assumptions like sustainability concern would be overpriced and that aesthetics are not concerned over sustainability. However, what we learned was that the price is the biggest priority. Compliance with regulations are valued and high. Performance and machinability is important for the buyer. In order to further test our samples for durability, we did agreements with an engineering company. As entering the market with €28 per square meter, we aim to get to €2,707 by the end of the year by achieving 58,000 customers, which would be 15% of the market. These panels are not only 100% biodegradable, but also reduce CO2 emissions by 27%, deforestation by 15%, and plastic usage by 13% compared to their non-biodegradable alternatives at the market. Also, they are compatible with LEED and BREEAM regulations, which is important for construction companies to obtain these certifications. So we are a very experienced and qualified team of 2 award-winning architects and 1 material engineer at the moment. We have more than 5 years of international experience in construction, design, and material business. For sure, we aim to expand the team by adding qualified team members in the future. We aim to create an infrastructure for sustainable raw materials to be preferred in the construction and B2C industry. In the future, we also want to introduce kids to circular economy by creating healthy furniture for them. Thank you for listening and being a part of our adventure.
Thank you, Özge.
Thank you. Hello.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Thank you for your pitch. In regards to the business model and your clients, in the last slide you mentioned also B2C, and I think in the number slide, if you could go back to that one, you had 4,500 customers, I think. Could you elaborate a bit on who you intend your clients to be?
Yes, when we're selling directly to businesses, this means that we're selling to construction companies, to architects that are working for their customers, and maybe hospitals that are going to be building their interiors with our materials. But also B2C would be like someone who's designing their own place by themselves, that they're just a customer, so they're going to buy the products and they're just going to use them in their own interiors, that they're designing their house by themselves, or also their office. And also they can use we're trying to expand our brand to maybe a bit of clothing and kids furniture, etc. So people can buy the furnitures and the clothes directly and use them. This is what we were thinking.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Can I ask a question, Oscar? You mentioned that the price is the most important hurdle for your customers. How are you making it interesting for them if they don't want to just do it out of a sustainability perspective? How can you still make it interesting for them to actually?
We're trying to keep the price really low. And we're doing this by, since we're using waste and we're not buying the waste. So we're in a collaboration with these companies that I put the brands here. So we're taking the waste from them and we're giving them materials. So we have this collaboration with them. So we don't spend money for waste. And the bio binders that we're using are also plant-based. So they're not really expensive. We can obtain them with really little money. And we're doing all these materials in our own atelier that we have in a workshop area in Istanbul. So we're doing them there. So we're not going outside and spending money to have the materials made also. The only thing we're doing is we're collaborating with a construction company who are helping us test these materials. So once we test them and once one material is okay with the test, then we just produce them with low budget in our own workshop area. This is how we're trying to keep it low as price-wise.
Yeah. Is there time for another question?
A very quick one.
Okay. Why did you choose this market? So in your market slide, you're showing other options as well, packaging stuff. Why did you choose this one?
Because I'm an architect, so this is what I know the best, and this is what I do for work also. So I'm also using so many separators in interiors. I'm using so many wall panels, but I know that the problem exists as health, and we're spending so much time indoors. So I wanted to start from this market, and then when I was trying the materials, like this one, for example, it's really flexible, and like I saw the potential that I could expand to other markets. This is why.
Use that to your story as well.
Okay, 3 minutes are up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Özge. Now we have Polymoron as the next pitch.
Hello, my name is Christian Pogan, and I'm really glad to be presenting to you Polymoron. We do automated detection of wrongly sorted waste. We fight daily to have an environment without pollution and to enjoy it similar to this image. I'm sure all of us here know that plastic pollution increases year by year in line with plastic production. But we as a species lack the correct processes to manage recyclable materials after we use them in our daily lives. We are developing a hardware and software solution for the waste collecting companies. Our hardware is comprised of cameras installed on the waste collecting trucks that gather data for each waste generating client. Through this, we use artificial intelligence to assess the level of waste sorting quality, give instant feedback to waste generators, and also valuable data to waste collecting companies. And through this, we improve the behaviors of waste sorting with evidence-based education, and also increase the purity level of the collected waste. This is done through 100% assessment of collected bins in exchange to 600 euros per month per each of the trucks in the fleet. Our market is comprised of waste collecting companies in direct contract with the waste generators, and this is also our beachhead market in Romania without the municipality intervention. We are addressing the Southeastern European market and the European market as a whole, and we have found a Pareto distribution in which a small number of waste collecting companies collects most of the waste produced, and the business of collecting waste is expanding because more and more materials are placed on the market. Our value proposition is accurate data on waste sorting behaviors at client level, and we do this through our taxonomy of 17 materials and detection accuracy of 83%. And by working with our current clients, we have seen improvements by 18% in savings and in their processes in operations. Our product is comprised of hardware and software components, and our hardware components are certified and dedicated to our use case because we have a lot of external factors like vibrations, temperature variations, and some others. But we are in version number 3 of our product, of our hardware product, and we're really confident that it is reliable, and we give feedback to generators through it. Through our customer discovery journey, we have acquired 3 clients, out of which we have 1 paying client. And by testing our hypothesis, we have seen that the processes in Romania are really similar to the ones in waste collecting in Europe. And this allows us to expand not also locally, but also in the other European countries. Our financials are comprised of key value drivers, net price per year, live customers per year, and our cost per customer. We are a B2B company, and all this data here is calculated with our experience on our first paying client, and also with the validated feedback from the other clients that we have engaged with. We try to involve technology on a daily basis where it's needed most in the processes regarding the environment. This is why we strive to improve the recycling rate in Europe by 19% up until 2027. And this involves local and European partnerships and clients, and we strive daily to achieve them. I'm really confident that we are the proper team to deliver on our vision and our business due to our complementarity, our vision adherence, and our strong perspectives. And we aim to increase the community of people passionate about the environment, to change the idea of waste and improve the processes in the waste collecting market, also in Romania and the European market. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you also.
Okay, we can move to the Q&A.
Should I go first?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Thank you, Christian, for the presentation. Really nice idea and concept. I just wanted to ask you about the financials. So on the financial slide, here, number 5, you're getting around 2 to 3% of the market, if I'm not mistaken. And I was wondering why you're having this 2% of the market. Why is it so low? And yeah, like can you take us through the financials?
Sure. So we have a huge diversity of the waste collecting companies in Romania and also in the European level. So they address different issues and they create different types of waste. We address more specifically, and this is furthermore our beachhead market, the collectors that have direct contracts with the generators, and there's no involvement of City Hall, of other organizations or the legislation part from other elements which are not very prone or very interested in giving feedback to generators or having the recycling process better with a small number of processes. So this is why we have focused and we are discussing only with the ones in direct contract with the generators. And this is an important part because this allows us to be somehow a B2B2C, and all of the data that we provide to the waste collecting companies to be valid and actionable through this process. So this is why it's a small segment.
What you just described is a subset of this market that you have here, right? Why don't you have the subset instead of this whole market?
Could you please repeat?
Yeah, what you just described is a subset of this market. So out of these 640, there is a subset that has the characteristic you just mentioned. Why don't you have that number here instead?
We are trying to address through this all the other processes in the other elements of the market, of the waste collecting market. So we know that the first start is through these clients, and then we want to put together different leveraged organizations in order to make it happen to 2% and to have a bigger impact, because we don't want to be limited only to the beachhead market.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you also.
Can I do a follow-on question? You mentioned B2B2C markets, but who are actually, can you qualify a bit these generators, these waste generators? Are they companies, and what type of wastes are they generating that you would be eventually the target of your technology?
Yeah, most of it is municipal solid waste. So most of the B2B2C, it's individuals. They are mandated and they must have contracts with the local waste collectors. So it's they're not optional to change or to have no waste collecting service. So this is why the collaboration between the waste collecting and the generators, individual generators, is really important. And we have found that from them, from individuals, 70% of the waste is low purity and the really low economic value. So this is why we want to tackle first. They also have other businesses from which they collect waste, but the purity level is higher and the impact on the environment is lower.
Okay, thank you.
That's 3 minutes are up.
Yeah. Thank you for the questions, and thank you again, Christian, for the presentation. Now we have the 6th startup pitch, IS Clean Air.
Hello, everyone. Do you know that every year around 7 million people die because of poor air quality, and that we spend 90% of our time indoor? The air we breathe every day must be cleaned and safe for the sake of our health and environment, and consequently of the global economics. We have the solution to create indoor spaces free from pollution and contamination. APA technology, which stands for Air Pollution Abatement, is a nature-based patented innovation that cleans the ambient air without the use of filters, only with simple waters and mechanical processes. At IS Clean Air, we pursue the development, intellectual property rights transfer, industrialization, and commercialization of APA technology. With our latest project, we aim at integrating APA technology into the HVAC systems of the buildings. We offer the APA integration to the buildings owners who want to make the ambient air of their buildings safer, cleaner and contamination-free. The price of a single installation that can serve one air treatment unit is 33,000 euros. We are already present in the air pollution control market, in the indoor air purification market, and in the COVID-19 detection market with our solutions. With the new applicability of APA, we can also penetrate into the HVAC systems market. In 10 years, such market will reach more than $200 billion value. We have identified our beachhead market in the industrial buildings in Italy. In the coming years, we will be able to expand our presence, penetrating in other segments and in the region. We reduce the cost of particulate matter abatement by more than 20 euros per gram compared to our competitors. Building owners will save money while creating healthier and safer places by delivering better air quality. The technology integration into the HVAC systems will also allow our customers to reduce cost of maintenance and will make the buildings more energy efficient. APA indeed does not require constant physical intervention and does not reduce its efficiency over time, like filters do, which get clogged and have to be disposed as special waste. We offer a nature-based and filterless technology, which uses only water, is 100% sustainable, versatile, and able to operate both indoor and outdoor. APA can simultaneously remove the widest range of harmful pollutants, chemicals, gaseous particles, as well as detect and remove viruses and bacteria. We already have other solutions such as the flower pot, a standalone device for interiors that can clean spaces such as offices, and panels and totems for industrial and urban applications. According to the World Health Organization, 9 people out of 10 breathe unsafe air, and this causes big damages to people, environment, and economies. The cost of inaction accounts for $5 trillion per year. The common problems of building owners are related to the quality of the air and the efficiency of the HVAC systems from an environmental and economical point of view. APA can benefit our customers because it makes living and working spaces cleaner, safer, and more productive, while reducing costs and improving energy efficiency. In terms of financials, we can assume that in 5 years, with 10% of our beachhead market, we will be able to install around 11,000 APA integrations in the air treatment units, considering that an average building may need 3 units and the life of the product can reach 15 years. Our profit will be around 160 million euros. For what concerns climate impact, APA can save 6 million tons of CO2 per year. APA can abate 20% of CO2 directly from the process of cleaning the air, and its implementation in the HVAC systems will allow a further reduction of CO2 emissions by 25%, thanks to the reduction of energy consumption, unlike filters, which get clogged, require more energy, and therefore emit more CO2. Our team is focusing every day on the technology implementation and development. It is composed by managers and engineers with more than 20 years of experience, working together to concretely reduce climate change impacts. Our dream is to have clean air for everyone, everywhere. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question, Elif?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for the presentation. Really interesting. For me, it wasn't fully clear. Maybe you mentioned it, but then I didn't really get it. The uniqueness of your product and business model in comparison to other air cleaning systems.
Yeah. Can I answer the question? Hello everybody, I'm Chiara and I'm business developer and technical support of Yes Clean Air. So in terms of business model, our business model is unique because we act as technology provider more than product provider. So we want to share our value and also to share new job position in a local market. Why? Because if we have an agreement with an industrial partner, we can provide and put in hands of everybody our technology, and then an industrial partner can industrialize and also commercialize our technology, giving to other people some job places, and also to share our knowledges about the air pollution abatement process. We also have a lot of agreements with the OEM industrial partner, commercial partners around the world, because our first goal is to develop our APA business internationally and globally. And so we can do these things also only with international agreements and collaboration. And on the other side, we can have our technology in Italy, our core technology in Italy, providing acting as technology provider. So the uniqueness of the product, of the solution, is the fact that is water-based. We only use water, nor chemicals, nor filters, just water. We are a nature-based solution. In this way, we can also save energy consumption in comparison with our competitors, which is the filters, which are filters. And also we can allow the production of waste and also CO2 emission in the ambient, because we only use water, and water is a natural solution. So we don't use special waste, and we don't generate special waste.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So hearing that you have all those advantages against your competitors, why are you going only for 10% of your beachhead market in the end? Why are you
sorry, I didn't hear well.
Why do you go for just 10% of the beachhead market? What keeps you from dominating the whole market?
Yeah, just because we have done some competitive analysis with the third independent parties, and based on the entire market of the HVAC system, we noticed that the market share is about 10%. Also because some buildings are not ready to implement our technology. So the fact is that sometimes the HVAC system has to be renewed, and not everybody wants to renew the HVAC system of the buildings. So maybe there are old HVAC which are not able to be implemented with our technology. So for this reason, we are focusing on some smart city project or energy efficiency project with the goal to renew also the buildings, and with the smart buildings project. So for this reason, we calculated that 10% of share market.
The 3 minutes are up. Yeah. Thank you, Chiara. So 2 more startups to go. The next startup is Practical.
Hello, I'm Practical. Every day finding parking is getting more difficult. It has become a nightmare for city residents who are blindly searching for parking spaces without being sure when and if they will find the parking spot. Basically, Practicals offers parking spaces to the office workers and students in busy city centers for 75 cents per hour. I chose Limassol as a beachhead market because due to the increased development of city in recent years, as well as the opening of many businesses, citizens are daily faced the problem of finding parking. The application is mainly aimed at people between 18 and 50 years old who are the office workers and students who are desperately looking for a parking space in the city every day. Then the next goal is development in Greece, mainly in Thessaloniki, and later in the other cities of the country. Why you choose a Practical? Because it reduces time to find parking lot from 15 minutes to 3, and this saves time and fuel, and also reduce the cost of parking to 75 cents per hour. This is how the application works. First, we download the application. Then the application will direct your location and show you the proposed parking slots in the area, and then you will choose the one you want booking for place in the parking lot. After you leave the parking lot, the money are deducted for your card depending on the hours you use the spot. I asked 50 drivers and 20 parking attendants and come to the following conclusions. First, the average of the time find parking is 15 minutes. I thought the peak hours are 8 to 9 in the morning and 4 to 5 in the afternoon, and I confirmed. Finally, I learned the average cost of parking, which varies from 1 to 1.5 euros per hour. I use key drivers, the cost of profit, the price of product, and the number of customers, and the net profit from each of my customers is 300 euros, and I want to conquer 30% of Beachhead market. Through the reduction of the time finding parking, we have 18% reduction of fuel used to find parking principle automatically leads a dramatic reduction of CO2 into the atmosphere. My dream is to become the company of choice for drivers and take away the frustration of finding parking spot and achieve 100 million valuation by 2032. My name is Orthodoxia Athini, and thank you very much.
Thank you for the presentation. And now we can...
Hello.
Hello. That's a challenge from Orthodoxia. It's correct?
Yes, practical.
Oh, thank you. Now we can move to the Q&A. Who would like to go first?
So I have a question. Congratulations on your pitch. If I got it right, your solution can only be used for private parking spaces, right? Because you need some input related to if they are free or not. Am I correct?
Yes.
So
yes.
Keeping in mind that some of the cities also have public space parking, can you find a solution, or did you think about something related to that?
Yes, we also maybe include in the app also the public spaces.
Yeah, but did you get my question? How will that work? How will you know which public parking spaces are free or not?
Can you ask me again?
Sure. So in most cities, there are public parking spaces, right? Yes. That are owned by the municipality. Yes, so yes. Your app, can your app function for those parking spaces or only for private ones?
Yes, with the same way, but this parking will be free because it's public.
Okay, thank you.
In the same way which I can use a private, I can use a public.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, can I ask a follow-up question on this one? So the private one, as you have found it right now, costs €1.50, right? And with your model, it's going to cost half that price. Why are they willing to take that cut?
What do you mean?
Why are they going to accept you offering it for a cheaper price?
Because here the prices of parking is so high, and you're not sure if you find it. You go around and you don't know if you are really gonna find it.
That's if you're the driver. But if I'm the owner of the parking, why would I give it to you for a cheaper price?
Oh, because I pay yearly and it's like a rent, you know.
So the customer pays for a year.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. The 3 minutes are up. Elif, you're muted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you again. And this is now the last presentation, from Green Basics. But I don't know if we have anyone from Green Basics, do we? Yes.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Yes.
Hi. Okay. All right, let's start the last presentation.
Hello, my name is Konstantinos.
And I am Aristos.
And we are Green Basics, a truly environmentally friendly company offering eco-friendly toiletries to the hospitality industry.
Green Basics sells eco-friendly toiletry kits to 3 to 5-star hotels in Cyprus for an average price of €1.6 per kit.
In terms of our market, we have chosen Cyprus as our beachhead market due to the fact that it's an already vast and evolving market which would allow us to develop. Our next target market is hotel chains in France and Greece, as they hold one of the largest hotel chains in the industry. Finally, we will aim for hotels in the EU to establish our presence to a European level.
Based on our study, Green Basics toiletry goods are less expensive than plastic products, and when it comes to cotton buds, toothbrushes, and soap, with a total average price of €0.6 for all three, whereas plastic equivalents cost €1.5. Apart from that, Green Basics kits are made of 90% recyclable material and are flexible to the hotel's needs, as well as branding.
Our product is diverse. It can be a combination of any Green Basics toiletries according to each hotel's preferences. Our toiletry include bamboo cotton buds and toothbrushes made out of the best quality of bamboo, and honey soap that tends to keep your skin moisturized whilst keeping the environment safe. All in 100% recyclable packaging.
We have interviewed 5 hotels with speaking to CEOs and purchasing managers. Sadly, due to COVID reasons and over the summer holidays, some of our team members have left the country. We could not meet our demand of people that we wanted to interview, but we've insighted that there's an interest in eco-friendly products, a customer demand of 500 monthly products, and a supplier's ability to meet demand. And so far, we've concluded that there's a limited interest in large hotel chains due to high pricing, interest from companies to boost promotion, and customer demand of around 1,000 monthly products.
Financials is one of the most, even not the most important aspects of a business. Therefore, with an anticipated market share of 25% from a 500 volume market, we hope to reach 125 hotels with an annual rate of around 3,000 items each hotel and a total of 381,000 goods per year, resulting in a profit of roughly €228,000.
The difference between plastic decomposition time and bamboo decomposition time is vast, with plastics taking around 500 years, whereas bamboo takes around 5 years. Also, by using Green Basics toiletry kits, a hotel can lessen their carbon emissions by around 958 tons.
And that is Green Basics, a company that initiated from Your Achievement, a young entrepreneurs competition that is eager to grow to a company serving 70% of the hospitality industry with our environmentally friendly kits by 2035 and reach a €2 million valuation by 2040. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for the last presentation, and thanks all the startups. Before we finish, this is the last Q&A session. Okay, for Green Basics. Who would like to go first?
I have go ahead, Yanis.
Thank you. I guess we're all going to ask pretty much the same question. Hi guys, thank you for the presentation. Kalispera. So my question is, why can't I just go and do the same thing right now? Like, what is the reason why no one else can do the exact same thing that you're doing?
Okay, that's a great question. We've encountered this question many times, and the answer is that because we are hoping to reach a quite large volume of market, we will need to import a lot of products in order to sell our kits, which will enable us to have lower cost and basically benefit from economies of scale, which will at the end of the day equal to a lower cost for us and a lower cost for the customers or you that you would like to do the same thing. It would be basically cheaper.
Okay, thank you.
Well, thank you. First of all, it has been an inspiring session overall, but your apologies, your pitch has certainly been very inspiring, thinking of youth trying to address these problems. My question is, you're thinking of using bamboo and starting with your beachhead market, Cyprus. Do you envisage being able to produce or use raw materials like bamboo from local production?
We will import. Actually, we have considered importing our raw materials from Cyprus, but due to the fact that this will cost a lot more than just importing it from a larger company like China, we will import everything from China and Asia in bulk.
Do you also have a solution in order to close the loop? I mean, you are selling these kits to the hotels, let's say. What will happen with the used products? Did you think about something in this respect?
We will, actually, this is currently offered. We will be posting a section on our website, which would allow each company to give us their disposed, already used kind of products that we offer them, and we will carefully recycle them as they should be recycled. And any product, any material that can be reused will be reused in order to make new products, which will also decrease our cost even further and will result in more sales.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Okay, the 3 minutes are up.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to everyone. Thank you to the jury for their presence and great questions. Thank you for all the pitches, for all your work for the past couple of months. And before we close the session, I would like to recap what's going to happen next. So first of all, the jury will decide. And some of them have already started deciding the final. And top 3 from each team go to the semi-final of the global final on 21st of October, next month. And top 1 from each room today will get to the pitch again this afternoon in front of a new jury for the cash prizes that I already mentioned in the beginning. And then the 4th place from each team will be presented to as a wildcard nomination. That means that this wildcard nomination will pitch the ClimateLaunchpad team, and 10 pitches from all around the world will be chosen to go to the semi-final. And this will be announced by the end of the month. All of the top 3 and the wildcard nominees will be announced afternoon. And the top 10, keep saying this, top 1 teams will be contacted directly by the team ClimateLaunchpad regarding the pitches for the afternoon. You basically need to be ready for the Q&A because the pitch will be transferred to the jury. Ursula, could you please help me to share the website that's for the live stream at one?
Yes, I posted the link in the chat. I hope everyone can see it. So please, copy it somewhere.
Okay, great. And then the announcement and the pitching of top 8 from each team will start at 2:30. And this afternoon, we will also have a great talk by Dr. Herden de Vries, a climate sociologist from TU Delft. She will reveal the secrets of the CIC, how our way of thinking can create barriers to starting a sustainable business, and more importantly, how to overcome them. So I reckon not to miss that talk. Okay. So for those who will be able to go to the next step, good luck. And I hope you rock with your pitches. But no matter the ranking, I highly appreciate for your all effort and everything that you put to make the world in a better place.